Get strong.
Yeah, do whatever,
Absolutely.
any way you want. All right, guys. So Chris said that he plays with a Jerry Olivier cue, which is pretty cool. Anybody who knows Jerry Olivier knows he's one of the best cue makers in Texas, and makes custom cues that you got to get on a list, about a year to 2 year waiting list to get a cue made for you. But he will make
Really?
yeah, he will make them custom for you. Really makes really good cues. I got several friends who make really nice, or who have had cues made by him, and they're pretty awesome. Also, he said he used to play with a 5280, which is Corey Deuel's cues. Corey Deuel, I guess, it was, might have been some kind of signature cue or something through him. I don't know the exact details on it, but I do know that Corey Deuel has something to do with the 5280 because my first cue was a 5280 and I loved it, and I paid like $70 for it. It was cheap and really a great cue. It was nothing special, but in terms of what the people offer today in terms of carbon shafts or expensive butts, but it played well, and I don't remember what kind of tip it had on it. It came with an elk or I put an elk master on it, and it played well. So, I like that he's played with similar cues that I have. All right, break from the right side. But she's got a pretty strong break.
What did we do with that camera setup not to realize that we put it backwards?
Oh, that was you. That was all you.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, you just put it back. I set up and I was like, eh.
Really?
Yeah.
It's going to mess with me.
Okay, so you made one on the break? All right. He made the 6 and the 1. Chris did. Okay, so both these guys have been playing for a while. I don't know either player, but imagine for how long they've been playing for. Play pretty decent. Just gonna draw this 3 back like a champ. Okay.
Not too far, not too far, not too far.
Welcome to Slick Willie's, guys. It was Slick Willie's favorite. Slick Willie's special, where you could probably cheat anything at the second diamond. Cheat the pocket, hitting the object ball at the second diamond, and it might scratch.
Is that a speed thing?
Just like right up here where the 7 is, kind of close to the 7, that second diamond.
Mhm.
If you're hitting a ball coming that way, if it's not, the angle's not too hard, it'll just roll off just enough to where it kind of like slides in the pocket a little bit. Just, I mean, there's reasons to shoot a pocket, and sometimes you don't want to, but sometimes you want to. So. Ooh, Andy misses the 5 in the side. Andy plays kind of fast?
Yeah, that was a quick stroke.
Yeah. Okay, there's points. Can't be right, can they?
Yeah, we're missing something.
Chris made 2 on the break. That's another one for him.
So I think we missed one on Andy.
Yep. I like these guys' style, man. They're loose, fluid players. Look at, ooh, watch out.
Oh,
And
as you say that.
As I say that, and those are, yeah. You're not going to see the guys on our last match do that kind of stuff.
No.
But these guys look comfortable.
But I predict an equally close game. I think, they're both fun players. They enjoy the sport of pool. They've been playing a long time. So I don't think they're too worried about the reputations getting won or lost on the stream here.
Okay, 2 points for Andy.
Especially, I'm particularly proud of the way this match happened because we were streaming our last, let's see, I think it was Christian and Alan?
Alex, yep.
No, Christian versus Alan, the recent Christian game.
Alan.
Yeah,
Yes,
I was streaming it on Facebook yesterday, and in the comments, they were like, Chris in particular is like, oh, this is cool. When can I be on? And I said, who do you want to play? And then Andy jumped in and was like, I'll play you.
No way.
Yeah.
That's awesome. All right.
And I was like, yeah, we do this every Tuesday. And
That
I
was
said,
yesterday?
yeah, this was yesterday. And, we were having trouble finding another opponent for Elvis, so it all just fell together. And then I was trying to get him on for next week, and they said, I'm free tomorrow. I'm on the area. Alrighty.
We've had a lot of luck with that, I think, lately. I just don't. I think it's a COVID thing. Like, everyone's just freeze, But I feel like I've tried really hard to get all these guys on the show, and they want to come out. Maybe that's what it is. They want to be here. 2 balls on a break for Andy, but still, I just thank him for coming out because I know it's not going to be that easy.
For sure. Well, a lot of the motivation for this is watching all the pool streams that people were doing during COVID in their houses. And it was just one camera on a pool table, which is fun. Document your game that way, but, if you're facing off against somebody, there's got to be some spectacle to it.
Yeah, well, you want to see,
multiple angles, get their thoughts on the game.
Yeah, ooh.
Oh, my
Wow.
gosh.
I'm playing safe here. I don't want to make this ball. Just hit it up table to bring it back down table. Or you can kind of overcut it. And leave the cue ball behind the 6, 8, and the 4 closer to the 5. Oh, what? Oh my gosh, he almost did the same thing twice. That would have been ridiculous.
Well, if they had to do push-ups every time they scratch, they would be winded.
Oh man, I bet you they can do more push-ups than me.
Well, they all scratch more than you.
You see, but it's just so interesting when you're gonna watch. I think I can predict that in this match, you're gonna see these guys shoot some kind of little finesse shots and English shots, moving the cue ball around a little bit, which you don't always have to do in 9-ball, but sometimes you do. And that to me is the beautiful part of pool, one of the beautiful parts. Whereas with Kevin Tang versus Jason Huang, there was they're so straightforward with the way they shoot, and they shoot kind of like snooker players. And so, I like both styles. I think you can incorporate both styles in one person's game, but it's interesting just watching. See how he moves the cue ball like that?
Yep.
That had some English on it, and he punched it, and that's just he's got good cue ball control. Whereas I think Kevin earlier would have just punched it into the rail and try to get somewhere in that area. Not that he got perfect position here, but plays good.
It'll just come around again for the 7 in the corner.
Plays real good. That's all. That's a good cue ball.
But here we have cue ball again. So we've been scratching, draw it back, and scratching the side.
He's not going to scratch here. He's going to go right.
Ooh.
There you go.
Bottom right to come back off the rail. 2 rails. It's just getting a dig in on you, Chris. That's all.
Maybe roll forward a little bit here with the 8. You could punt. Yeah, roll forward and just kind of get away from the 9. He's good. Now you got to really. This is a sensitive shot. He should be good though. Just don't punch it.
You got to roll forward, right?
Roll forward, yeah, with a lot of top, but don't punch it. There you go.
Oh, fat on it, though.
He shot too fast. I think he one-stroked it maybe. So have these guys seen any of our other streams?
Yes. Yes. Andy, I think, has been a part of every Facebook one from the beginning. As a spectator, he just recently got involved with the trash talking when Chris got in there.
Nice.
And then Chris has jumped on. Chris is actually one of the original people to help me with this stream setup.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we were talking Tuesday BCA Pool League, and he's got a great team, great assembly of shooters. Tesfa?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I love watching them play, and anytime that they're close up to the, like out in public, I pretty much just watch their whole matches, and I thought it would be cool knowing that I had this other equipment to set it up, and so I floated out the idea. It's like, hey, could I ever film your matches? Mm-hmm. And I said, yeah, how would you figure out this overhead camera? That's the biggest thing you got to solve. Mm-hmm. And then Chris, in his own shop, bent this steel and like got a magnet mount that hooks to the lamps, and like came back and brought it, and we were troubleshooting. It's got like little pegs in it to like mount a camera. Mm-hmm. It was really cool. And then COVID happened, so we never got it up and running.
Oh, shoot. Thanks, Chris.
Yeah. So now he's here, and he was really interested to see how we figured out the solutions.
Dry break?
Dry break.
I was about to say, there's no way he's going there with that.
He went there, and I think he's still got to look on the two.
He can bank it to the opposite side. I don't know if he can make it into
the side pocket.
It's hard to see from. I know he might. Yeah. Easy. Not a problem.
I don't know if this goes in between the 7 now.
I like banking 3 real tight into the rail and then bumping into the 7, and then maybe the 3 will go into the corner up on the opposite side. It's a 2-way shot. See what he does here. Looks like he's banking it. No, he's trying to make it through it. Oh, just like that. Okay.
Combo.
That's even better idea. On the rail. Supposed to draw this here. Oh, with inside, not outside. You might miss this. Oh,
wow.
Wow. I guess it wasn't on the rail.
Or he knew how to throw it down the rail.
Well, if it's on the rail and you hit it with outside, yeah, you'd have to like really hit it at a weird angle.
Like almost push it.
Away from the rail, though. Dang, plays so fast. This guy's going to be done in 5 minutes.
So now he's just taking a look for this out, basically. So bottom left rail back to the 6. Yeah.
I don't like it. I think I would have come on the inside, but
to go to the other corner?
I would have come in between the 8 and the rail.
Yeah.
On the left side of the 9. Over there. Just because I'm always playing whatever easiest is to get onto the ball for the most part. Trying not to do too much work with the cue ball if I don't have to. And it doesn't matter for him because he just doesn't miss.
Well, this is a position play now because you can get the 8 in any pocket. There's easier ones, but they're all pretty difficult.
I think the easy angle is the pocket, not that pocket. I think it's the other one.
The other corner?
The other corner, yeah.
Man, but that, okay.
It doesn't matter, yeah. It doesn't matter. It plays good.
The cue ball goes right where he wants it. Because I was wondering just the amount of force you'd have to have, and then the cue ball's going 4 rails all around. Who knows?
Wow. That was a good match.
Quarantine seemed to not do him harm. Or this is him playing bad.
And we just don't know it because we don't know what good is.
Yeah, in 6 months from now, let's get back to. I know he does nationals and goes to Vegas and does that every year. Has been doing that every year for probably a decade.
Okay.
Well, it's a real fine line, right? To be good enough to get there, but then good enough to win. They're like obviously two different levels because you're just a whole nother level of play when you get out there.
Does he? He has a team, but is he like the coach of the team as well as plays on it, or what?
No, I do not believe he is the team captain. But also, he plays with a group of guys that have been playing for years, so I think they might rotate captains, or it all just works itself out. There might be a captain on paper.
Is this like an APA Masters thing?
BCA.
BCA?
Yeah.
Okay.
BCA 5-man team.
Okay. Don't they have? You'd be surprised how much I don't know about leagues for how long I've been playing, but don't leagues have a limit on how many high skill level players you can have?
I don't think BCA does. It's all Fargo rating.
Oh, okay.
It's not 7s and 9s like APA.
Right. Despise the Fargo rate, although I am a fan of whoever created it. I think it's amazing. I don't like it. I don't like it because it does it works. Yeah.
It works too well.
It works so well
that you can't dog it
no,
and sandbag it on purpose.
I'll tell you why I don't like it. I'll tell you why I don't like it. Because if a better player has worked for years to play good, why does somebody who hasn't worked to play that good get the chance to beat him? That's why I don't like it. If I'm playing in a tournament,
because his Fargo rating would be more appropriate to how long he's been playing because there's more matches, and you're saying that someone who hasn't played long could have a shorter.
No, I'm saying someone who it doesn't matter what skill level they are, if they're just not as good as if one guy's way better than the other guy, and the Fargo rate system allows the worser player to win, even though he would never win if they played straight up without the Fargo rate. It's a handicap system, but I don't like it because, I just think that the guy who has worked hard on his game shouldn't be handicapped just because he's good, I think that the person who isn't as good should lose.
Well, my understanding is they redid the Fargo rating 2 years ago, and they made some modifications for that very reason. However, I think it went the opposite, and I think it got worse, and the better players were punished even more to where for them to even compete in the league, they had to they just couldn't lose.
Yeah.
But in order not to lose, they're playing teams, like you said, that are marginally less better than them.
Mm-hmm.
Because, again, 5-man playing 5-man every day, each, playing the rack. So every 25 games. Sorry. Yeah. 5 players playing 5 times. They would have to win. I think they could only give up maybe 2 racks against one of the lowest teams, and they would lose based on the handicap.
Let's see.
But that was after they redid the Fargo to try to fix that. So I don't know what they did to make it worse, or if they were just that good.
Well,
because the pocketed balls,
It's a handicap system, so the point is to give the lower players a chance to win. But I just think they should be playing lesser players, like lower skill level players. I don't think that you should take away from the guy who's really worked for his game,
Ooh, we got 2 on that one.
Nice. What's the point of getting good if you can win without getting good? So then why ever practice? Because if you could stay at a BCA 3 your whole time of playing pool, but you were actually better, and then you just always played like a BCA 3 until you got to Vegas, then now you can play as a 7 or a 6. I bet that rarely happens. I think people think it happens more often than it does, but the handicap system's it's so hard to play at like a 7 and then just be a slouch at a 3 for 6 months out of the year just so you can get to Vegas. I mean, that's people don't like that people try to do that, but even then I just don't think it's that easy. Like, to be at that high of a level and go to the pool hall, let's say you have 1 day a week to play, how long do you want to just take your game off when you could be getting better? So, I don't know.
It's hard to find a solution for that, though.
A solution to...
because the leagues are all, they're sanctioned and regulated, and everybody plays by the same rules across the world, and that's supposed to be the draw, equal playing field for all. But because you do that, you fight for this equality that becomes less about skill level and more about fairness.
Getting everybody to play.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it might be good for pool in the sense of, there's money in it. Everybody can play. People, get everybody in the pool. It doesn't have to be this underworld.
Yeah.
But I just think a lot of top players that want to play in tournaments, not just top players, but even high-level amateurs that want to play in tournaments. There's going to be some low-level amateurs in there that's going to give them a chance to win a tournament that they'd never win against amateurs that have 2 or 3 pros in it. you
Right.
know? It's just, at least they can get into the money. I just think, if you work for it, you deserve to win. I think one time I was playing on a Fogger Weight tournament and I had to make like 30 balls and this girl had to make 12.
Wow.
Yeah. It was just like, oh. And I did lose that match.
Yeah, nothing.
What a break, though. I mean, look how many balls went. Almost 3 balls went past the head string.
Where'd the 9 ball go?
It's in the middle.
Oh, I see there. Yeah. It looks like 2 cue balls with the light.
Yeah.
All right, let's get some play from Andy.
Just punch it over. I don't think he's hitting with the top. Pretty good. Pretty good. Not the best, but
Yeah, now he might come a little too wide for the 5 in the side.
I think you hit the 4 a little slow. I mean, you got to slow roll it. Or, I mean, the 5 can go down table in the corner below the 8. So, you can hit it and then bring the cue ball on the right side of the 5. Like that.
Yeah, easy peasy. We're going to have to check the rack layout that Chris laid out because you got a 6 way down at the end, 8 at the other end. They've been having to go back and forth on the table.
Yeah.
But also an explosive break will spread out the balls like that.
Yeah, or things will get kissed or double kissed and one ball will kiss 2 balls, and so it's a lot of weird stuff. Who do you think's gonna win?
It's hard to say. I've got a lot of respect for Chris's game. I'm more familiar with his.
Well, my money's on
But
Chris.
Andy's super confident and just needs to let Chris beat himself and take advantage like he's doing right now. If he gets up to the table and plays his game, then Andy's for victory. But also we're at a level of play here where you let your opponent go up, he's going to run a rack or 2.
Right.
Now we're at the halfway mark with only 2 points, 3 points dividing.
At the very beginning of the match, Andy I don't think he was as deliberate as he is being now. Now he realizes, okay, I got to really focus here. And I think that, I could be wrong, I don't know these plays, but I think that Chris is such a natural when it comes to the stroke, and maybe he's a little comfortable with shooting kind of a little bit wild shots. That's when he's going to make a mistake and Andy's going to get ahead. But if not, then I think Chris could run away with it. But that's definitely, if Andy does catch up, I think that's why. I think Chris will make a sloppy mistake trying to get perfect, playing maybe too much cue ball or too much action on the cue ball, too much English.
Well, we got a 1 ball in the front and 2 ball in the back with a center ball break.
Scratcheroo. If you watch our pool streams, do not break from the center because everybody fails. Ask Tony that works at Slicks.
Yep.
He'll tell you.
And he'll keep doing it, though.
He'll keep doing it, yeah.
Until it works. We have that a lot in poker. You remember the hands that you win, or the nights that you win. So you play poker 5 nights a week, you win big one night, and you don't realize that you lost every other night, and you're actually down.
Yeah, yeah.
You know? Oh, my flush draw came. It came. So, yeah, I'm going to chase it every time.
That's just like slot machines. It's like, dude, it's like,
There's some of
how
that.
does everybody not know yet that it's designed as a business to take money
Right.
from you?
Well, I think it's also just the humans need to understand that what you really like is that moment of elation when something that doesn't work does, or that shouldn't work, and then so like just chase that and don't say it's skill or stats or
You mean acknowledge it for what
logic.
it is?
Yeah, it's not logic. It's man, I want to break from the center because when I'm right, I love being right.
Weird. I've never thought that way in my life. Not
Really?
that- I'm not. This sounds cocky, but I don't. I like to think that I don't know what I'm talking about, and then hopefully I can get it right.
Yeah.
Like if I am right on something, I'm like, oh, cool, all right, But I think more often than not, I think I'm wrong.
Both players also started off playing really loose, scratched a few times, and then now they're both.
Playing tighter.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think maybe it's just old friends who played each other a while, or just kind of playing at each other's level and matching it.
Well, it's weird because you can.
Because they're having fun.
Yeah. Well, okay. So I played. Brian.
Mm-hmm.
We played the other night. I feel so bad talking bad about people on here because they can't defend themselves. So
Well,
Brian,
Brian, do you watch the stream?
if you watch the stream, he probably doesn't. He probably thinks the stream sucks.
That's a good combo there.
Brian, if you watch the stream, it's like the other night we were playing at a bar, and he goes, I won the game. I won a game. And he goes, oh, I wasn't taking that game seriously. And I was like, I was. And he goes, oh man, like he was thinking I was gonna say I wasn't taking it seriously either.
yeah.
Like no, I was. You got to be careful though, because you can lie to yourself really easily that way. Think, oh, I wasn't taking it seriously, because you don't, you let your ego get in the way of your game. But it's okay. It's okay to lose. The best players in the world have lost more than anybody else until they're where they're at now.
Yeah, that's something that I always respect about Andrew, who's been on here a couple times, is it doesn't matter if he's drinking and socializing, if he's having a cup of water and playing 15 racks with whoever wants to come talk to him. He's going to be playing the exact same pool, lights out, no matter what.
Yeah. Well,
he will never for a second say, no, I wasn't. It's like, oh, did you let me win that one? No, just don't ask him. You didn't.
Yeah.
If you beat him, you beat him. And
he's okay with that.
yeah, he missed a shot that he shouldn't have missed, or tried something that he was trying to experiment on because he didn't take you seriously as a player.
Yeah.
But he's definitely always going to play his best game. And it's hard to find people like that, especially in the pool hall environment, because you keep those excuses loaded. I was just playing for fun.
Yeah, but
Well, you lost $40, so maybe not.
Yeah, exactly. When the money's right, or when money's there, it's like, can you really say they didn't care about the money? Why'd you bet? And if you didn't, then bet higher.
Yeah, right. You got to get to a level you're uncomfortable with.
It's exactly what it is. Somebody, there's a guy here. What's it? Mark? Mark asked me earlier. It was, hey man, when can I be on the stream? I was like, next week, Tuesday. Figure it out. I'll get you. And he goes, hey man, how'd you match up? Or he's like, I heard you and Gabby played even the other day. I was like, yeah, we did. He goes, how'd you do? Or I guess he had heard that me and Gabby played even, but he thought about it as that we were both at the same skill level. And I was like, no, dude, like.
No, Gabby just wouldn't give you any weight.
Yeah, that's all that happened.
And you were looking for a game, I guess.
Well, it's important to, I think, play.
Aspirationally?
No, just play. Okay, like I played Buddy Hall once. Buddy Hall, he's a Hall of Fame player, and I remember I bet him a raise to 3 for $100 and one pocket, and I got no chance playing this guy. I knew I was gonna give him $100, but it's like I wanted to know what it felt like to have someone. Like to play really tight on someone and then have them find stuff that I would never find.
Yeah.
So I'm paying for a lesson. That's how I think about it. So. But what I was originally going to say is, Mark was saying, kind of like asking who the better player was, and I was saying, well, it's, I think Gabby's probably, I think he's the better player, but if you, he was asking me about like Tony and Clifton, and I was just like, man, like in one pocket, sometimes it's hard to tell who the better player is because big things can change based on a thought or a strategy about the game versus your actual skill level. So one day you can like not know what you're doing, and then 2 weeks later you're like, oh, I figured out my problem, and then you switch up your whole style on a player, and then now you're playing way better than him. But none of your skill level that you put to the table in terms of like how you're hitting the ball necessarily changes. It's more about the strategy you played. So that can be complicated trying to judge who the better player is. Hey, this is the same shot that Kevin had earlier. Well, not the same shot, but close to the same shot where the two's close to the corner like that. Is Chris left-handed? No, he's right-handed. He can get to it. Just how's he going to get on the three?
And that was tough from Andy because I was really hoping to see him get a couple points on that. He's a straight down for the 2. I think maybe he worked a little too hard trying to get on the 3.
Oh, that was perfect. That was so good. I wish I had a better angle to see that at because that was a really good shot.
Left English rail first.
Just not really much left. Just pop it. Oh, he put a little top or right on it. I got perfect. Almost close to perfect. Should not have missed that shot.
Shouldn't have missed it. Got lucky with the leave. Because Andy really needs to shift the momentum here. I mean, give Chris a safety, make him sit back down again, right? Instead of going for it and giving him a wide open shot.
I mean, bank the 4, hit it with inside English, bank the 4 down table close to the 7, and then kind of slide the cue ball over behind the 6-8, but down table. You want to, and then when the ball's like this, you want to do the least amount of work you can to get the balls far apart. Don't try to do too much. Yep.
Almost.
Okay. Chris will probably just go for it, I think. No?
Oh yeah, he's got nothing to lose. He's gonna. I think he's just gonna. Ooh.
Maybe not. He might play a safe.
Side.
But he's not gonna bank it down that way.
I think he's just gonna try to put it in the side.
That's a tough shot.
The 7's blocking the long bank.
Yeah, it's a tough shot though because the
6
angle
is blocking the other side.
He could run to the 9 with a cue ball, or if he doesn't run to the 9, he goes past it and then has no shot. Really.
Take a slow tap into the side, or hit it rock hard. That was a good table smarts though.
Look at the save.
Yeah, he makes the ball, good to go, or he misses and leaves his opponent with no shot.
Kick it, 17 rails, fire it in.
Our first jump cue. Hell yeah.
That's a jump. I mean, it's a good time to jump though. If the cue ball's not too far in the middle of the table.
Let's go with our triple cam here for the jump. Get all angles on it.
I don't think so. I think you want that one.
Do we only want that one? Or
Yeah,
we
we want to see
overhead shot
closer.
too?
We don't want to see farther. Go live. Boom. That's what I'm talking about. Take the score off, please. Wow. Close.
Very close. Leaves the opponent with an at-bat. You know, I forgot that you got some live directing skills now because you got to handle the board while I was shooting with Tony.
Mm-hmm.
We might trade off here and there.
Yeah.
You did a good job with it.
I like it. I prefer to have one screen to look at a time, only based on the way we have our background set up. Yeah. 9 ball on the side.
4 ball.
9 went in the side.
Alrighty.
And did he make the 4? He made the 4 as well. So 3 points for
That's
him.
3 points.
Score is now
43-23.
Yeah, Chris is up. Do you see players use these little things close to where his hands are right now on the table, where the point system?
The what?
The little point, like the scoreboard on the table.
Oh, the little scrollies?
Do you see that? Do you see people use those often?
I mean, they're so worn out. I'm sure back in the day when people were playing straight pool or like racing all night long, when pool halls were 24 hours.
I always wanted to use them, but they've always been real crappy condition.
yeah, they're all just worn out. But I guess to the point, if they were not used, then they would still be fine.
Yeah.
So I think back in the day, you know, these tables are probably 30 years old.
Have you seen the? I like when they have the points hanging over the table and you kind of slide a ball over. Look at the 9. Look at the 9. Look at the. Oh, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, like a foosball almost.
It's like a foosball hanging on a string.
Yep.
Yeah, like that. I was using that last night.
Nothing beats the coins.
I like the coins are good.
I worked at a pool hall for years, picking up those coins. Not knowing, I was like, why the hell?
You didn't know?
Yeah, I had no idea.
You're like, what is going on?
And
Because
then-
you knew it wasn't an accident eventually.
Yeah, and I deduced it, saying like, all right, well, this has something to do with gambling.
Uh-huh. That is hilarious.
Yeah, and then
Look at his 3-9 combo. Two of them.
Oh, yeah. We are
You were
playing
sa-
for points. You take it.
You deduced it.
Yeah.
I'm listening. I'm just listening.
I deduced it as like it has something to do with gambling. Is it dimes if they're playing for 10 or nickels if it's 5, and then the pennies when it's at $100? I mean, I know these guys are playing, especially on our 9-foot tables,
You
And
were
then-
just trying to make sense of.
because they would just be in random places, and then finally it made sense. It's like, oh no, the diamonds are the victories, and then okay, I had another follow-up question. So right, so you move it up every time you win, and then I learned what a race was.
Right.
Because before I got into the pool hall game, I was like, if you say we're going to race to 5, I'm thinking it's a race to 3 out of 5, best of 5.
Right.
You know, it wasn't until like, no, race to 5 is you have to win 5 times. So
Right.
then it's like, oh, and the coins. Okay, now it makes sense. But that was a good couple-year journey.
That is just so funny.
Yeah.
Because like for me, I just like somebody told me one day, and I was like, all right, cool. Like I never had ever thought about it ever.
Nah,
It's
yeah.
just like,
Let's do a race to 3. Okay, well, I won 2. I win. No. You got to win one more time.
I think I've had that happen before.
You're cheating. It's a race.
Well, so one thing, playing one pocket a lot, you see people get confused is in the Philippines, the players there, when you owe a ball and you take coins out of your pocket and you put a coin by your pocket, so counting as you owe a ball, when the Philippines, they use one coin and to put them down each diamond for every coin that they owe. Well, in America, we use multiple coins for each ball that you owe, each point that you owe. So, but I don't know, I like the American system better just because you can't get a coin moved around too easy. Like if someone moves it with their hand or something.
Yeah. It's
So
got
one diamond gets pushed over to the next diamond. Now you're 3 balls instead of 2, or 1 instead of 2. He's cutting this in. Oh man.
Well, I'm rooting for Andy right now, so I'm kind of happy he missed that one.
Chris is 5 points away. Sometimes guys make our point system feel short.
Yeah.
You know? Christian did that for us. I would like to see one of these guys play Christian.
Well, we're still figuring out a good way to score 8 ball.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
We could just do a race and straight up, no bells and whistles, no worries.
no. Why don't you just give him
Race to
3
5.
on the wire? Race to 5, 3 on the wire is a lot, but giving somebody one game in 8 ball, it's a lot. I think that giving one game in 8 ball is more than giving one game in 9 ball.
Yeah, definitely.
Just because 8 ball is a sloppy game, and you have to like really if both players can't run out, one player's not gonna just like get to the table and uh, get out on them, and it's just giving one game for that for those players is gonna be a lot. Look at this.
Good save.
Okay.
A little too close to jump. Where would it go anyway?
All you got to do here is take the cue ball in hand, and tell your opponent he can go screw himself.
You could always freeze up a couple balls too. But I think he's going to go. He looks like he's trying to masse it. Looking at the line. Yeah. He's going to go reverse English. No. Well, he did us all a favor not taking too long thinking about it. If he knew he was just going to go for it. Can you imagine he walks around the table a couple times looking at the diamonds and the lines and then just walks up and takes that shot? Come on, man.
I used to know a guy that put his hand over his head like this on the money ball, on like the 9 shot, and like get down, like look at it like he's like the sun's in his eyes, you know? And then just like fire it in. Total dick move. Ooh, okay. You can bank this. You can bank this in the side.
Here we go, Andy. Here we go.
I think the right shot is to bank it, like how he's aiming now. A little bit less single, yep. Bank it, and then hit it hard, so if you miss it, it goes on the other side. Or not. Tough. Tough action.
Hard and a little wide. Didn't get the extra love on the other pocket.
But this is not a gimme.
Yep, scooped it.
Man, I feel so good when I get those right.
Well, he
Makes
did-
me feel like I know something.
Well, I think you're very familiar with the taking a shot like that and just slightly getting up off the table too early. That just makes you rattle it like that.
Very familiar with that for sure.
Seeing the checkered flag. Oh, here I go. Ready to win. Ah, oh no.
Yeah. We're just watching. I guess I've seen it a million times. It's like I know what I'm looking at, you know? But
And none of it stops anyone from doing it again.
I can tell when a player like maybe has, I hate saying this on a stream, but has like heard about me or heard that I was a good player, and then they're nervous playing me, even though they play good. It's like they shouldn't be nervous playing me because they play good enough to beat me, and I'm like, but I can see they get to down to the 9 and just the pressure's on. They don't want to. They just want to win one game, you know, and then they dog it, and it's just like you just know. And then once you know that, I get more comfortable and just start running out. And it's like,
well, that's the reputation work.
yeah, which I do nothing for. I mean, I play, but 2 balls, 1 in the 3, and no sight of the 2. I mean,
I don't think you should sell yourself short. I mean, you do play well, but you have a lot of table smarts, and you love talking about pool, and I think that intimidates a lot of people too, because they think, oh my gosh, if this guy knows this much about this thing, I'm sure that anytime he walks up to the table, he's got some solution for something.
it's just okay. So yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I think that does a lot of work for you also, because some people are focused on their game,
and they never even. Most people can't articulate what.
And
Most people can't think what I say. To articulate is different.
but you get a bounce in your step if somebody, like, if there's a shot that comes up and you're just like this and this could happen, and then there's 2 other ways, and you know, if somebody even just hearing you talk that way, like, I'm never gonna play that guy. So I think the reputation is well earned.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, I just know, like, you know, I'm always playing. This has to do with the story. I gotta say the story. So I went to play at Skinny Bob's recently.
Let's segue real quick, because this is that 2 shot you're talking about again, where you can cut it thin into the side, but it's on the other side of the pocket. Does that change the difficulty?
Believe it or not, here I think he's pretty screwed, and I think that he needs to hit the nipple on the left side. No, we'll see where he's aiming there, but the opposite nipple of the same pocket, and then run into the 2. This is not a shot like you're like. I mean, he's tough. Like what guarantee do you have to hit it here?
And he's snookered on the 9, so
yeah, so you can hit this. You can hit this little nipple close to the 2 on the left side of the side pocket, and then if he hits it hard enough, it'll go
bounce
over.
it.
Yeah, it's a little Efren shot, actually. That might be what he's doing. Oh, he could see it. How sick was that? And he left him tough.
Yeah, he did.
So I went to play at Skinny Bob's recently.
Mm-hmm.
And, have you been there? Have you heard of it?
No.
Skinny Bob's is one of the best. It really is the best pool hall in Austin. And it's been a while since I've been there. But went to play there a while back. And asked this guy to play. I was watching this guy play. Asked him to play some one pocket. And there's all, like, real top players there. Play him in one pocket, one game. I won the first game. And he's kind of just judging me based on, like, the way I stand. Nice shot.
What?
Wow.
You still got 3 more points to go.
This is a total wrong time to tell the story.
38-47.
I'm just going to give you the short version. The guy played really good, and I played really good against him. And then they had
Playing one pocket?
Playing one pocket
On an 8-foot table?
on a 9-foot diamond.
9-foot diamond?
We're playing like he underestimated, and I beat him the first game, and then we both start playing really good and going back and forth with each other, playing like a race to 2 for $10. We're playing cheap.
So you were just so happy and elated to have a great game and be playing well and have that level of competition.
Yeah, it was good. It was great to have somebody who, because I knew I could win, right? But he ends up winning one pocket, and I was like, all right, whatever. I think I got a little tired. But there's 3 cushion tables next to us. So I'm thinking, all right, let's go play 3 cushion. I'm going to rob him, right? And we play 3 cushion, and he's like, dude, how do you know so much? That's what he says to me. He goes, how do you know so much? He's like, you're like 25 or something. You're young. How do you know this much? Like, you know all these one pocket shots nobody knows. You're patient. He goes, you're shooting these 3 cushion shots like you've shot a million times before. He goes, how do you know so much? And then I was just like, I don't know. I just play. And then he goes, so he beats me in 3 cushion for the money, right? And I was like, how do you know so much? And he goes, I used to work at a 3 cushion pool hall. And I was like, dude, what the you don't see, like, how are you running into out of all the guys I run into, why is it you, you know? And so he beats me at like $30, it's just nothing, but it was just like, it was so amazing because like after that we bonded and we like, it's like, yeah, we got to play, but you just don't meet guys who play that well. He was telling me that my strategy to skill level ratio was one of the best he's seen, which I think is, I just know players that play so much better than me, but I appreciate the compliment, but he was, I guess he just didn't think about one pocket strategy. Maybe he didn't play it that well, even though he beat me. So, but yeah, it was just so crazy. I was like, man, like I totally should have won, but you know, something I'm not doing right.
Well, I think if you had games like that more often, or if you had a go-to player that you could, because you have a steady 3 cushion game.
Yeah. I think I don't know.
But finding if you had a couple people like that to bounce around.
I do. I haven't been taking advantage of it recently. I haven't been playing much one pocket. So my one pocket game's not as strong as it needs to be. I've been playing like very recently in one pocket, but
Chris showing us why he's going to win this.
nice.
Easy money. Well, it got a little closer than it started out.
50-38.
So good job, Andy.
Get strong.